Okay, guys, so I have a sign for you from the universe. I want to give you an example of how I was receiving a conversation with the universe this week to really tell me something. You know, I decided that I was going to devote the month of May to completing my next book, which is going to be out October of this year, and I have to have it into my publisher by mid-June, so I kind of finished everything that I needed to finish up until this time, and now I'm going to be devoted to just the writing of that book. And as I was finishing up some things this week, my AC was acting up, and it was not cooling. So the condo was getting warmer and warmer and warmer, and the kids were hot and sweaty and had that wonderful stinky boy smell. And so I knew that I needed to get it fixed, and I called someone in. And when they came in, of course, the air conditioning unit has to be replaced. And so they're going to send me a quote, and they sent me a quote, and the quote says that the unit needs to be replaced, and it is going to cost me $3,100. So what happens when that happens to you? When something in your house or your car happens to have a problem, and then all of a sudden you end up with this big bill that you had no idea, that it was going to come, and then you have no idea how you're going to pay for it. And what do? Do you go into that place of, oh my gosh, here's another bill, and why did this have to happen, and I can't believe this broke down? That's usually where most of us go. But if everything is really conspiring for our good, if everything really is a conversation with us and really is happening, if everything is just something that can either be and is part of the illusion of life, but yet has a deeper meaning that is the reality of what it's trying to say, then what was this trying to say? So as I sat there and I looked at this invoice for $3,100, the interesting thing was that the logo of the company, it was called Southern Air, right? Southern Air Solutions was the name of the company that I had contacted. Well, I'm in the South, right? And I'm Southern, and it's talking about solutions, so I must be the solution to something, right? And the symbol of the S was actually an arrow that was going in and then an arrow that was coming out, and it made the symbol of an infinity. And so it was kind of like, okay, there's an infinity sign there, and it's about involution and evolution. I can see that when I look at the figure 8 that makes up the S. And then I happened to look at the quote number. Well, the quote number was an 1192. Well, what's that? That's an 1111. 9 plus 2 is an 11. So you know how my 11s show up. So I'm like, that's 1192. That's an 1111. And then if I wanted to accept the quote, the purchase order number was SS 1192. Well, if I look at the number that is associated with S, that's a number 1. So all of a sudden, it's 11, 11, 11, which is an extremely powerful sequence of 11s. And so I'm like, there's something there. So then I start reading the description of the replacement piece that they are going to put into my unit. And it was called Train 13 Seer. So the unit is a trained seer. A trained seer. And so it was like, okay, it's just trying to tell me that I'm the trained seer and that it's getting hot in here because things are about to go really, really good, right? So that's about abundance. It's like you're replacing the air conditioner because things are about to really cool off because you're about to be really cool, Sim. And so do you see kind of how the universe plays? Or I could be making it all up, right? But we make it all up anyway. And if we're going to make it all up, we might as well make it good. And we might as well make it all up to be something that feels powerful and empowering and positive and makes us laugh and makes us stay in an uplifted, high-frequency, vibrant place. So if you're a skeptic and you say everything that she just said is a bunch of BS or a bunch of hogwash and she's just making signs and symbols out of things that are just sitting there, fine. If it makes you feel better to think that way, live your life that way. Live your life in a place of positivity, excitement, and wonder by finding beautiful meaning in the signs and the symbols. And if you really are ready to realize that there's nothing random and everything does mean something and that you are the matrix of all that is around you, showing up as you to show you, to play with you as the universe as you, then you'll realize that it all does have symbols. And the reason I know this is because it was trained 13 seer. So 13 and 31 are mirror numbers of each other. 1331. So this is just mirroring to me something about myself. And it's showing me that as I embark on this new book, as I'm about to write this thing, that there's something really cool that's about to happen. So you know what? My AC going out was the best thing that could have ever happened. Isn't that awesome? I'm thrilled to pay this bill. I'm so excited. It couldn't have been even better. Can you look at life like that? Can you really let every place of your life be approached from that place of humor, lightness, of knowing that it's all good and it's all for you, and if you can just stay in that place, what you need is going to show up and get it taken care of. So I hope that brought a little light, a little humor, a little into your life, because I'm sure some of you have your head cocked, and that's perfectly fine too. I just wanted to say hi and let you know how I live my life and how it works for me and how it can work for you as well. In love, of love, with love, and love, as love. In love, of love, with love, and as love. I'm Simran Singh. Be well.